Mm. All right, I think we're good. Go. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Yep, everybody's good. Everybody's ready. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Greetings and salutations.
Greetings.
Hello.
Much talking, much diversifying of assets. What?
Yeah.
Okay, who would like to... Huh? What?
Huh?
Making
Could you please define
What?
assets?
I'm making so much money. Time to buy a Bugatti.
Yes.
All those premium battle passes sold.
Another one.
Another
Bugatti.
one? Another
Aw.
one?
It's almost time for you to buy a new garage to place them all in.
But Arcanum, you can't afford another one. Well, with these premium battle passes.
Aren't you doing the hot tub
Ooh.
stream inside a flooded Bugatti?
What
Because you don't need it.
What happened to the hot tub stream?
Oh,
I
I'm still
remember
doing it. I'm
something.
just doing it in the back of a Bugatti. That's all. It's
Ah,
yeah. It's
I
It
understand.
just makes sense.
yeah. I'm getting one of those limos that has a hot tub in it, and I'm going to be driven around the city and then stream from.
who's gonna be driving?
Excellent.
Actually, that sounds like a really good idea. I wonder if I could actually do. I wonder how much it costs to rent one for like a night.
Yeah, can you rent one? Yeah.
That would be so fucking funny.
If you're in the appropriate city, probably not that much.
Do
But
you remember
who
how?
knows?
Do you remember how how fucking mad people would be? when they did that, dude?
Furious.
Absolutely fucking furious.
Twitter just blows up.
Good. Anyway, who wants to give me the recap?
I've got a recap ready.
Alrighty, go ahead while I make Caspian more handsome.
Bring me to the map when you
I don't
can.
know how. Sounds like an impossible task, but alright. Seeking to dismantle the engine, Fane confessed with Frosis and everyone explored the camp, hoping to find a means to harvest or destroy the engine, if only to disable it to make sure that the Mefarians could not fuel their diabolic braziers. With the area being unwanted before the arrival of the church, there could be more than a partial translation of the runes to help, possibly structures, or more solid friends to do so. Maze, in doing so, talked to a particularly rotund blackbird, and rightfully avoiding a French rat. He told them of a man with fur on his face, likely the watchful knight, and several arm lengths and chains descending down the apparatus of a something adorned with kinky chest, to put it best. As more research came through, we discovered that the church were draining the apostates of their magic in order to fuel this engine, believing that they had sanctified the magic for their own purposes, and even partially transferring some of it to something called Iris, who we could only assume was a high-ranking church member, giving blood traits to the receiver alongside mana, which would be apostasy, but somehow I think the church will find a way to overlook that. Elsie and Simon, with a new possible nickname of Beauty and the Beat, met up at a well in the middle of the camp, and Elsie descended, expecting to find it ankle-deep water, the dead end, instead finding an underground cavern untainted by Befarian forces, unvaunted carvings, and familiar iconography of a serpent. Simon quickly joined, and the two ventured in further, seeing the path further in and open and inviting, neglecting to inform the rest of the party of their location and their discovery. Soon after, Maze would follow, being serenaded by what I can only describe as Carp Ella, as the fish in the water gave information about the moving stones in the cave that would drain light if they touched you, and a warning to not touch the gem before following after. Soon after, Weaver, Vale, Caspian, and Thane, all seeing the rope and well, descended and came across the same sight. The prismatic scales and an accurate deduction from Thane, as well as the knowledge of the contraptions above, made a connection that these seem to reincarnate the souls of the post-static refugees into the fish that we see below. On the other side of the cavern, Elsie and Simon came face to face with a tower with an all-familiar glow, surrounded by snow and ice, only a short distance from their location. Maze would eventually arrive and inform them of the stones and gems to avoid, before everyone made their unwelcome arrival here. Discovering that there was no way back, we decided to set up camp for the night and tackle this tower in the morning. In a odd moment of inspiration, Caspian offered a prayer to Woad, asking for guidance and a sign of how to understand this place, and it seemed Woad heard him, offering only a few guiding words. There is one within the tower who will help you to return, but they are a prisoner of their own people. Freedom, and you shall find the key to the door that leads you there. That's it.
Alrighty, inspiration for you. Good job. Go ahead and pick things right back up where they left off then. You guys have just rested. Let me play some tunes for you.
Also, bring me to the map if you can.
Oh, you need to get to the map? Okay. Make sure everybody's there.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, you should be being pulled there now. Alrighty. Sorry. The rest is complete.
Mm. So give me a sec.
Pokes with stick.
Yes. I'm rotating character. I am asleep twice, apparently. No,
And-
now
Wake up.
now I'm blind.
Okay, hold
Wake
on. Let,
up.
let me help. There. Oh my god. Wait.
Oh.
Please. Okay.
I wake up to Frosis awkwardly messing with my character sheet.
Huh?
I was just trying to style your hair. Yay!
I thought the wet was snow.
Valley will wake up.
Okay,
Valley will wake up angry,
as always.
as usual. You angry
Yeah.
before breakfast?
Without this sort of Caspian will eventually come inside from his position on last watch, and he'll look around, see that most of people are awake, and speak. Well, the night was quiet, and I decided to make a slight prayer. And I have received guidance that there is somebody to, so to say, be freed within that tower. Or so I've been
Wait.
told.
No one is trapped there?
A prisoner. Okay.
Indeed.
But mm,
Continue.
from what we saw, no one had been here in quite some time. How is there a prisoner?
How is there a prisoner that is still alive?
In the words that I received, in guidance from Woad, they were a prisoner to their own people.
Not Vonti. Presumably. Maybe one with elven blood? It would make some sense. They would still need food to sustain them.
I have my doubts, but I've received my guidance, and it also happens to be that
Maybe.
that is the way out, according to the words of Woad.
Well, yes, we clearly can't go back the way we came from anymore. Looks at entrance.
The entrance looks back. It
Damn.
winks.
No, I'm not going through that.
Where are you?
Where are you?
In the distance, fish are singing.
Well, Fane will take out the mask and put it on. If there's any friendly spirits, I suppose we can speak to them.
Hmm.
There's some hope for getting through some of this unaccosted.
You want to speak to those two on the bridge?
If it lets us get by easier, sure.
What would you tell them?
We are
Hey,
lost.
We're lost.
That is the
I
truth.
guess.
Do you think they speak the same language?
Fane will shrug. Probably not, but... Well, we don't have many other choices. Other than fighting our way through. He'll shrug again.
Well. Arcadium, there's one thing I wanted to clear up from last time.
What's up?
Did the fish tell me to not touch the entire thing, or just the mask? Like the face of stone that is moving?
The face of stone.
Just the face, right?
I can't tell you precisely, but that is what the fish said.
Okay.
I can tell you what he said, not what he meant. That's up to you to interpret.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly if he mentioned the entirety of it, or if it mentioned specifically the face or the mask. Or
It mentioned the face.
Okay. Thank you.
Could also ask Frosis to divine some more about the supposed prisoner. Or we can sit on that divination until we have made it a bit further in.
I mean, what is there to get about it? We already assume that it has to be an Anvanti to be still here, still alive, still relevant enough that a god would send us to. What did he want? Freedom? Or that he has a way to get us out of here at least?
Well-
Not about the prisoner, more where he is held. The tower looks huge.
That's true. I guess it's good to know if we go up or down. Assuming probably up.
If we reach an impasse, it's a good question to be able to ask.
Indeed.
I would hold off on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say no time to waste.
We have a clock of approximately 40 hours until the watchful night reaches our previous location. With absurd luck, we could make it back in time, but it is not likely.
I wouldn't want to test that theory.
No. Anyways, we should definitely keep in mind that If it brings us back out the way we came in, then they will very likely be back. At least some of them. If not the knight, then surely other people would have found, well, a burning wall, demolished fortress, or whatever you want to call this, with a
Well,
bunch of Mytharian corpses inside.
I would keep an open mind and look at the whole while we're in here. This could be the root of all our trouble. It could not be. If we manage to resolve our situation down here, we could, in turn, also resolve the problem up top. But if that is not the case, then it is not meant to be. But all I know
I
is the
mean-
way out lies beyond that bridge, within that tower.
It is strange that, even though this is supposedly the same structure as above, the tower has white light, not blue. Fair enough, so did the other one, until we got closer to it with the bone. Maybe this one will react the same?
Mm.
Or maybe this is something different after all. Maybe this is the same source that the dwarf was talking about. The demon.
Hmm. Anyway, we should get.
I doubt it. There are a couple of things I noticed. Much like in the scriptures we've read, how the serpent is somehow related to the dream. I do not know the exact specifics. But this place feels more close, more connected. So, whatever we are standing before is most certainly greatly related to the serpent.
With that, I agree. Well, no matter what it's really about and built by, we should probably make a plan what to talk to these, and not just go in and then fumble our words.
I
It
agree.
should be very convincing if we really want to get through there without fighting them.
Well, I know Simon wished to speak to them.
Yeah. I don't know if these guards are real people or spiritual.
From the glance, it did not seem like there is anyone inside the armor.
Well, I will approach with you, and if the barrier is not language but state of being, I can help with that.
Just keep in
Alright.
mind to not touch their masks.
Thane will nod.
Right then.
Arcanum, can you pause and unpause the game? I'm stuck on game paused. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't jump down the mountain, but I freeze doing this.
Yeah, but I do. I glide.
Bro, listen. You and your fucking
Oh, speaking
black
of
stout
which,
stranger looking ass.
Look at Caspian's new art, everyone. Wow.
Wow.
Good
What
job,
point needs
Nara.
him to talk to you?
Yeah,
Oof.
that'll...
Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no.
Alright. Gather and
I'll leave-
prepare yourselves.
I'll leave Rosas up here, so I'm not dragging 2 tokens, but he's with me.
Can
Right.
Marshall check them from over here?
No. You will
Yeah,
have to
too
get
far.
closer for that.
Alrighty. Oh my god, I'm turning that open again.
And how are they standing right now? Okay, then.
They are standing on watch. Their hands are resting on the hilts of their weapons. They are looking outward. You can see that they move slightly, indicating that they are not statues.
Do their clothes look particularly suited to cold weather?
No,
Or are we too far to go?
not really.
Okay.
How does the ground around them look? Do they move at all, or is it just the spot they're standing? There's no footprints, nothing around them. Everything seems very undisturbed.
If they do move, it doesn't seem like a lot. The bridge is undisturbed with footprints or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they are getting paid. Gonna
Well,
be a little harder to convince.
seeing if we can speak is a good first.
Seeing
I
if we
don't know.
can
presume
I hope
understand
having
for
a
this.
Well, Mazikeen, you said not to touch the stones with the faces.
Well, if the fish can be trusted, which is already a very strange question. They did mention the faces made of stone that are moving drain your life force out of you if you were to come into contact. The same thing with like a gem, but I haven't seen any gems around here. And these seem to be the closest fit to what they were describing.
Mm.
They did say people like me. I don't know what they were referring to. Just general creatures, or specifically skinwalkers or shifters. I don't know.
Mm.
Do you see any type of animal here that you can talk to?
Actually,
Cockroach, something?
is there any animal around that carried him? Anything living besides us? And
There
those?
is one.
Oh no!
It's the fucking rat.
Swear to rat's back.
As you kind of make a barking sound to see if anyone is there, far above, you will hear a small voice squeak out. Oh, what do you want? And it starts flying down as a bat lands on this little pillar right here. What?
God. Do you live here?
Yes, obviously.
Good. Have those two on the bridge moved ever
Oh, you
in the
mean
last
the
years?
you mean the pointy boys?
Yeah, the pointy boys.
No, pointy boys never move. Pointy boys take
What?
a swing at you if you get too close, though.
Ah,
I always try to poop on them.
I understand. So, when was the last time anyone has gotten close? Do they make any noise before they swing? Or do
Last
they
time,
just swing
last time I saw anybody, they crossed underneath.
underneath?
Yeah,
Hmm.
no flip flap
Can you
over here
describe-
and point down.
Can you describe those people?
Shiny metal skin.
All looking similar or different?
Look the same. Lots of red.
Red. They crossed underneath, you say? I'll go to where.
He points down over the side.
Did they? How did they get down? Did they put a rope?
He points over here and kind of flaps. They went down there and crossed.
Hmm.
He lands here. Gotta be careful though. The ice down there is Uh-ohs.
What do you mean? Is there anything else living here down there?
It's thin. Fall in. Get
It's
cold. Go to sleep.
ah. Oh. Hmm. That makes sense. So there's nothing living here besides you.
No.
How
Hey.
did you get here?
They're bugs. I eat them. I live here.
Were you born here?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I'm sorry to disturb you, and thanks for helping us.
You got something for me?
Sure. I'll give him a ration.
He'll just eat it right there.
Hopefully a bit better than the bugs.
It's pretty good. What are you, like a dog?
Yeah, kinda.
I've heard of dogs. I saw one once.
You should probably keep away from most of them.
Oh, since ration was very good, I tell you something else.
Oh?
Good food, good words. He will
Makes sense.
point at the tower. Big light at top. Flashes when try to crush. Gotta not be seen by it. If you are, it goes bees and you go wah!
That is indeed very good to know.
Mhm.
Does it shine like a beacon, or
I don't know what a beacon is.
you like a round surface
Like the sun?
that moves? No, on the floor, like an
Oh.
area.
Yeah. Don't stand in light.
Understand. Well, thank you.
He'll nod. He'll put a ration in his mouth and he'll flap back up to the ceiling.
She'll turn back to the rest. That was curiously informing. For there was people here after all. People
Oh.
that looked similar metal armor with red color schemes.
Red. Oh. Isn't that the color to do with the sword?
I'm not quite sure, but it's not a good sign.
Hmm.
Do you think there's multiple ways in here? Like the well was just one way to get here?
Well, yeah. There has to be something connected to this area. Some natural means of getting here as well.
As well as any unnatural, given the fact that we can't go back the way we came.
That's quite concerning. The fish didn't see anyone, so I guess that makes sense.
And what did he say about the guardians? Did they talk?
Well, they don't talk. They swing immediately as soon as anyone gets too close. It does not seem like anyone is able to talk to them. They just do what they're made to do, I'd say, which is guard the bridge. If it was Mytharians that walked here, they'd went down there, and she'll point down. They went down there. It's ice. You can walk it over, it's not very thin. So, if we do that, the heaviest of us need to be very careful.
Okay.
Looks at Weaver. How heavy is Weaver? Apparently 1/7.
I think with
If you were to
everything,
break into
he's
the
like
ice,
250
it's,
pounds.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if
We're
that's an
gonna need
option at
rope.
all.
Mm.
I'm not roping to that.
Mhm.
If you break in, I'm
Maybe
not
to
seeing with you.
the rocks here? Like with the clamber's kit of Elsie?
Well, we would need a way to figure out which parts are walkable and which are not. There's
Someone
another
light
thing that
enough would need to be
bats
able to do
said,
it.
which makes everything somewhat more complicated. which is like a searchlight or a beam from the tower. If you stand in the light, it will electrocute you and you'll die.
Yeah.
So there's another complication.
Then going below likely isn't a choice.
No, but talking to those isn't a choice either.
Can always fight our way through.
This is true. Though I can't tell from over here if they're what they're capable of in any capacity. I assume if they're posted here to guard this, it won't be an easy fight at all.
Hmm.
So, our options are fighting those, or trying our luck on the ice. I also don't know if the light is just for down there, or if we would have the same issue if we fight them.
I would still rather be on normal ground than shaky ice if we have to avoid such an obstacle.
That is true. I'm also not quite keen on having an ice bath.
Alright.
We should continue with the initial idea.
There's one thing I'm curious about, though.
Hmm.
That did mention that there were shiny people, which means that they're probably all in plate or more. How did they get across? If it was multiple, and they were all described wearing similar, then they all must have had some kind of armor, and they made it across. How? They could have probably used magic, or potions. I'm not quite sure.
You could ask your friend.
Oh, he's gone. I don't think he saw.
Do you see where they might have been heading to? The shiny skins on the ice?
I'll go to the edge. Can I see the bottom from over here?
Yeah, the bottom is just ice.
Do I see anywhere where there's less snow than others? Where it was a walkway that is not as covered as the rest?
I mean, there's less snow on the sides over here, but no, you don't see any clear path that anybody's been through here in a while.
I can't tell. We could go down and see.
Even if we were to walk across, I'm still concerned about the tower shining light upon us.
Yeah. We go down. At least we got some cover.
There's a chance that I can aid with keeping the ice frozen, but it would likely take some substantial energy.
Well, so would fighting those two.
I think it is better than one of us slipping or sliding or falling through the ice while whatever light may come.
Well, that's that then. Talking is not an option, so I guess you're already up now.
What about these rocks here? Could we use them as a sort of stepping stone across, or at least something to grab onto if we really don't want to slip through? Find a way to clamber back up and then bypass the bridge. We still have to deal with the spotlight, but at the same time, we're If they only move whenever you get close to them, we may be able to avoid them point blank.
Well, I couldn't quite make out how close you can get. I assume it's around 20 feet, maybe more. Maybe it's 60. It depends on if they get aggressive in viewing distance or not. They didn't seem to be when Simon walked in a bit further yesterday. Then maybe we can just go onto the sides of the bridge, though I'm not very good at climbing in that regard. And 3 hanging on a rope on a bridge with whoever's searchlight looking at us, and very thin ice below us doesn't sound very inviting.
Speaking of which, these spotlights, can you point them out?
Oh, he just said they're there. Let me see. Can I see something that would be like a radius of light? Or is it just not visible
So from
unless you're close?
From your position, you can see that there is definitely a light at the top. I see all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't zoom out, but I'm sure everyone else.
Let me help you. There.
Oh,
Yeah, you see that.
Yeah.
So there's lights at the top of the tower.
is that shining anywhere particular, or is it just
No,
illuminated?
just kind of outward everywhere.
Assume it will activate once you step on the ice. So, you know.
on the ice? Hmm. Well, I can't make out how it's going to work. If we assume it's a similar enchantment like those two, then it will just start doing its thing as soon as you get close enough. Which doesn't help us with planning at all. Because it's never easy.
Well, we have 2 choices. We either walk across the ice, risk falling in, or we walk across the bridge and risk the fight with these things.
I would rather fight 2 guardians than a incompatible beacon.
We know too much, too little about the beacon. Does it just look for humanoids? Does it shoot everything that moves? Does it move away? Is it constantly on you as soon as it saw you? There's too many variables. We also
I
don't
would
know if it's invisible or not.
I would much
And I don't
prefer
wanna-
taking the fight on the bridge.
This is true. It seems
There's
like
also a
better
chance.
odds.
Could be a chance if they notice us. Something else could activate if we fight them.
Well, if the bat knows that they're swinging, the bat is pretty small. I assume it flew by. It told me it was trying to poop on them.
That's right.
I don't think it matters much. They're very keen on seeing or sensing, maybe. I don't even know if they have real vision or if they just sense the movement and swing. A very unpredictable fight. We don't even know if they move from their spot or if they just swing and then go back to being stationary and inactive.
I would still rather combat the threat I can perceive rather than the unperceivable light that will, according to some bat's words, just killing you, so...
Yeah, it will zap you to death. I do agree with that. That sounds way more unpleasant than being smacked to death many times by a gigantic rock statue.
Still wish to attempt to spot them?
Well, I think we should probably...
first. I think we first have to think what we have now. Like, we have a Caspian familiar. He can help.
The problem with that is Sticky One can cast once and then he is out of power for some time, so
Well, you could send them in. At least you could check that way at what range they start acting without getting hit in the face yourself.
I personally think that is quite how do I put this?
Cruel and unusual.
Yes, those are the words. There we go.
I mean, feel free to go yourself then.
What I'm saying is, using a familiar to scout out when they will attack is all nice and fine, but consider the fact that, for example, Sticky One is not much oriented for combat. There is very little information we could garner even if I did send them in. There.
It's a spider. You could just have him climb on the side of this bridge and see if we can get past there without being spotted.
I somehow highly doubt that.
Or maybe Elsie can cross. She's very sneaky.
Yeah, he can use his magic again. I could stick to the rocks here and scout out the other side. And at the very least, see how close we can get with them being alerted before I dive off the side and make a quick escape.
Also, we don't need to be everybody in there. Just one can open the tower.
And one of the things in that, if there's somebody alone on the other side, and then there happens to be more guardians inside the tower, what then? One person gets ambushed, dies.
That's scouting for.
Hmm.
Well, if we do make it to the other side and we still have a cast, we could possibly climb the outside of the tower. It seems to be kind of open on the top. Pretty hard to guess how tall it is, but we do have some rope that we can put together.
Or at least find an opening.
Yes. It might work, but I'm not particularly a fan of climbing the side of a giant building potentially filled with enemies.
You did it earlier, the other day.
To destroy a brazier that I knew was there.
Who knows, maybe this is a brazier too?
It could be. But I don't think I can destroy that thing alone.
No. But we could get all of the others up too. One just needs to climb it to get the rope fixed.
Yeah.
Well, we're just getting ahead of ourselves here, aren't we?
This is true.
We aren't even across the bridge yet.
Hmm.
The other option is, what do we do if we can't fight these? They're old. We don't even know what they can do.
I don't think I could stab stone. At least not feeling like a moron.
Well, we have means of spelling magic, and I can create, maybe not, terrain that will be difficult for them.
Is there any way you can shove them off the bridge? They drown in the ice water or they maybe can't get back out. The problem is solved.
I can shove them, but that is contingent on me augmenting my casting towards cold. And they're not wearing cold weather gear. If they have any resistance or, better yet, immunity, being a fucking rock, I won't be able to move them.
Arcadium, how high are the walls of the bridge on the side?
They're mechanically 5 feet, chest high.
I see. Okay.
Oh, on the off chance it's relevant, can you roll Mazakine's Madness spell?
Ah, yes.
Man.
Madness.
He gets Dimension Door that can take the entire party.
Totally.
Too.
You gain Hand of Suffering.
Ah.
Hand of Suffering is the inflict wound spell, except this damage deals half its damage again at the start of the next turn.
Nice.
No.
There it is.
So do we have LT Scout or do we just begin combat? I still would rather try and speak to him. It is a long shot. I don't know.
Can we talk to Frosus first?
What would we ask him specifically? We only get one question in a day, and that looks like a very large tower.
I can't wait.
Do those statues look dry to you, friend? He'll gesture at the dudes on the bridge.
They seem quite moist.
Huh?
They are bound in duty, Fane.
So there is something in there. Fane will speak out to the rest of the party. Just at a glance, Frosis claims they are moist, which is a positive, generally, and that they are bound in duty. I think we attempt... If they are bound, they're somewhat intelligent, and if we can communicate, we might be able to avoid a lot of this conflict altogether.
Being bound can also mean that they're not intelligent at all and just here to fulfill their duty, no matter what.
Consider this, since they have their duty to God, there must also be those that are permitted to pass, but we have no knowledge of the means they use to discern this.
Oh, if you're trying to approach, I would say, Simon, do you still have the bone?
I do.
Then you go first. If they let anything pass, it's probably what they would recognize as their own people. Just have it on you, but not visibly on you. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can see that it's just a bone, but if the aura is coming from you, they may let you pass. And maybe us too, as visitors. Who knows?
I hope it's not
Depends
a
on how
bad
strict
sign
this would
to
be.
them.
Better idea than just standing around or walking ahead without a plan.
Well.
Right.
Right. The party makes their way forward.
Yep.
Okay. Would you like to set formation and I can move you all together?
Maybe.
Sure.
Same on top.
Fane will take a step back if Valley wants to be frontline. Siege, stop playing fucking patty cake with me. Thank you.
As you approach, these two creatures in front of you will place their hands on their weapons and will draw them. They will call out, "Detenos! Detenos no entrada!"
We identify what language they're speaking.
They are speaking, you believe, Aunt. Language of the Antvanti.
The Mask I'm attuned to says I can see and speak with lingering spirits. Does that bypass language?
No. You can see and
Ah.
speak with them. That doesn't mean
Mhm.
you can understand their language.
Yep.
Can you do a march
Painful.
check?
Fane will whisper, sort of up towards Simon. I have no ability to communicate with them, but it seems they're speaking on. There's a chance for us to get by with perhaps gestures. It is worth it.
I can play my song. Maybe they like music.
No, give him like a bow or something. No.
Simon, you're good with people. Try something.
Alright, alright.
You chose to go first.
Proceeds to play Wall of
Yeah.
Wonder.
Oh.
Yes. Sumimasen, Guardians Kun. Let me play this for you guys. Simon's gonna play his piccolo in a elegant way.
All right. Simon will start busting it out. Okay.
Look, we're friendly.
As you start busting it out sensual style, the two creatures seem unmoved by your music. They will then point their weapons at you and say, "No se puedo entrar sin la castracinia."
I don't think that one would work. Simon, do you know any songs related to the Antvanti? With their history or their people? Anything specific?
Well, I only have the bone. Oh, do you still have the...
Fane will turn his head and the feather is over one of his ears. Yes.
I could try something, but maybe it's a little racist.
It is
Before
worth a
you do
shot.
that, Valley, I don't suppose you would have any capability that, anything you may be able to add here?
Wasn't did not the bone work before? It let us get here, right?
I mean, he's holding the bone. They don't seem to care.
Show it to them.
I'll show
They-
them.
They might care that the seal is broken, and you having a bone of their people, and this feather is evidence of that.
It could also mean that we broke it.
It could be an offense.
It is one of our few choices.
Try to offer it like politely, but like a bow or I don't know.
Well, Simon's gonna try to, after the song, he's gonna kneel and show the bone in a respectful way.
Okay.
No reaction.
Hold on. Check your DMs real quick.
Alright.
As you approach, the bone will begin to shift in your hand, begins to thrum. The two creatures will see it, and then they will speak once more. No se puede entrar sin la cracinia. However, Simon recognizes what the words mean.
Oh. see. It's like a password that we don't know. Yeah,
Word?
they're saying we cannot pass without the password.
There is the first phrase that we saw atop their scripture. Well, we presume it to be something of my something. You know it, Simon. That is the only Enfanti related phrase I believe we have access to, and it was on their totem. Seems significant. Perhaps if
Yes,
you
it-
understand them, you may communicate with them in the same way.
Okay.
Does anyone have it written down? Maybe he can just read it to them.
I mean, what I have written down is the version without any.
The original script.
Yes.
They don't
Oh,
speak our
do we
language
have it?
anyways. Just read the original. How broken it might sound. Just try.
The Enfanti language is mostly like shapes. We had a translation of it. We do not know the sounds that it would be.
Bean,
If it was
Indeed.
no,
Bean,
yes, Process.
Bean.
He'll look at Process.
You'll look up. You could use my power to discover the password. Yay!
You know that's terribly obvious, and I didn't think of it.
That's okay, Fade. That's why I'm here. So your shoes are very clean.
That I do take care of them.
If just one person believes.
I can ask Process for the password. Fine, we'll take a step back. He'll kneel down. Can you divine what the password is, friend?
I could try.
Good.
Toad, frog, toad, frog, amphibian. Bing! I got it!
Every time very unsettling when he does that.
What is it, Process?
It's in their language, but I'll try to say it. My lips are very moist. He will say, God. 1 second.
El amanecer amanece.
El amanecer amanece. I think it means the dawn rises.
El amanecer amanece.
Yeah.
Thane will relay that to Simon.
Oh, I can say that.
Nice. Thank you, Frost.
You're welcome. Hey!
I'm just gonna try again. This time say El amanecer amanece.
You hold up the bone and speak. The two will look at each other. And then the creatures will say, Los esos de nuestros padres serán honrados. It will step to the side.
I think we can pass for now.
That was amazing, Simon. Thank you.
Yeah, have a way with words.
Have a way with.
It
I hope
has
the
a way
process-
with words.
Process did give you the answer, but you know.
Monkey inside of me.
Stop.
I'm crawling in your skin. Please move your fucking token. Here
following
is my
Simon,
cool
you know.
frog. We are bound and broken. No.
Dun dun
Maybe we should say
dun
don't.
dun 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 dun. It starts with Toad one thing, and I don't frog why. It doesn't even matter how frog you try. Sorry.
Don't
Yeah,
apologize.
we at the Glory Stream have way too much fun.
It's okay, I'm a frog.
Did you guys see how much he likes frogs? Whoa! Oh shit. I accidentally activated something. Uh-oh. 1 second as I have to reload my own map. Please stop. Please stop dying.
That's concerning.
I guess
I,
he activated the laser of doom.
I accidentally deleted things. Uh-oh.
Yes.
It's okay. Sometimes when I hover over Caspian, the program chugs because I think that's the like super high quality art on his thing.
4K art.
Yeah.
Welcome to Rapid 4K Art. I'm your host. Nara keeps giving me them. It's a fucking lot.
Nada.
And then, apparently, he also has been holding out on me on his fucking... Like, it's an incredible difference.
It's okay. You only pay a month of rent every commission.
True. That is true. God, I fucking hate that, how true that is. Like, fucking, like, oh, you pay for 6 months of rent. I can't do his voice, though. I'll be canceled forever. Sorry, guys. I need
It's
to
right, I can
reload.
do it.
I need to reload everything, and it is taking some time for some reason. So I'm just sitting here
That's fine.
punching
It's
We're
myself.
very
broken,
slow.
Guys. We did
We're
it.
very slowly walking up the steps in Baywatch slow motion. Hair blowing in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with a fanfare 90s sitcom theme playing in that. Everywhere you go, everywhere you see, bound and broken.
Just imagine our group of people like running on the beach in that style.
The only
I'm-
saving grace
I'm-
for us is
I'm imagining it.
Just a
I
bunch of small people compared to Elsie, who's apparently
Yeah.
incredibly tall. So
Yeah, I forgot Elsie was like 6'6".
My name is Yoshi.
Yeah.
And I'm cleaning the wheel.
such an angry swordsman, a werewolf, a really tall woman, a frog, an elf, and a very suspiciously attractive human running around on the beach.
Who let this frog in here? Let the frog inside. That
Yeah.
Which one is the absurdly attractive human? Is it Simon or Caspian?
You know which one
Caspian
it is.
Caspian is the incredibly depressed looking one. With a
Ah.
shattered eye.
I see.
Hmm.
Caspian's there in black trunks with a black sun umbrella.
That's true. You probably have multiple people who would be way too pale to be on the beach.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this a different way because this thing is broken.
All good.
Found and broken.
Oh,
No,
this is
ah, that
Uh-huh.
that was good. That was good. Did you guys hear that the Mexican made joke? Very good. Yes.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar, wunderbar.
I have been trying very hard not to make German jokes. I want you all to know I've been very, very good about it.
Have you?
I have.
Hmm.
But when
Patting
Silver
yourself on the
does it...
shoulder there, I see.
Okay, you listen here, you little shit.
Hmm.
You forget, Arcadum, I have no shame, so she isn't going to work on me.
I'm just over here trying to... My mom. Okay. Now I just have to do... Okay, sorry guys, this is taking me a second. I gotta fix this. Because it's broken! Hello? Hello?
While we're walking in dramatically slowly,
Thank you.
Fane will sort of turn to Simon. Was it the bone that let you speak to them? Strange.
That does not sound very
I just
confident.
understand.
Hmm.
I mean, I have my way. I can
Why
understand
didn't you
people.
understand on top then? When we were trying to decipher what it said.
I'm just a little shy, that's it.
How inconvenient.
Yeah, I get to know.
Performance issues? There's tablets for that, Simon.
I thought it was a potion. Small blue one.
No, they've upgraded. Well, maybe we have them definitely up in the Pale City, but maybe not where you guys are from.
Yeah,
You
they
see,
would definitely need those.
that's why the practitioners get so much funding. To solve the impotence of the church.
That doesn't explain why all the church people are always so stuck up.
Shrug.
Frog.
Because there's no tablet for getting a stick out of their ass.
Hmm.
Aren't they called suppositories?
That's... I will kill you. Alright, here we go. As you guys walk inside and up the stairs, you will find that there are going to be others, like these guys,
Mm-hmm.
that are leading you further inside. They take you into a large central chamber. They indicate for you to stand there. They step to the side, and then your feet will suddenly, beneath them, be uplifted by a strange, glowing symbol. A platform made of magic will slowly begin to raise you up down a cylindrical shaft. As you reach the top, you will find yourself in the midst of a great and noble library.
Nice shot.
All of this and we get books again.
I love
So you
books.
like book?
Thrown against the wall.
Yeah.
If I wanted to read more, I could have stayed in the City of Glass. Those concerningly happy people around me.
Are you saying you'd prefer it out here, Mace?
Better here than in the city.
You know, that's absolutely
Well,
fair.
well, knowledge is power.
Well, you can't tell me that it was not very concerning to be there, when everywhere else you get stabbed in the back as soon as you don't watch out for a minute.
I hate to say it, but I think that's kind of trust issues.
Wow, just told her straight up.
Man,
The low light of the city was definitely Lander. I kind of wish that he would like breathe and project his voice a bit more, not from the top of his throat.
I wish he was here.
I wish he was here. Okay.
I doubt he would make it up
He's a
there.
pretty fun dude.
Let me know when you guys are loaded.
Oh,
Golly, books.
yeah, this map is super cool.
Ooh, so purple.
I'm feeling a little blue.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die. Swapping to the.
As long as you're red, as long as you're not red, white, and blue,
What was that?
because you are afraid I'd have to kill you. No, different
Blue.
kind of red, white, and blue.
What was it? Sorry, I couldn't
Different
hear
flag. Different
you.
flag.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over there.
Ah,
Leave it to the
Unbelievable.
Americans to get offended, but okay.
What'd you say?
You heard me.
does that say what's being a winner sounds like? Is that what the clock said?
Yes.
Yes. It was needed for
Oh.
Lurk when he was being very American, despite being an Australian player.
Look,
Ah.
everyone can be temporarily American.
That's
And you're
debatable.
welcome. Quiet. Don't get me started. Anyway, everyone loaded?
Yep.
I want you to know, I have a pair of Ray-Bans that I have in my desk, and I put them on every time I play that song. Like, it's so good.
Oh god.
Ray-Bans are sunglasses, by the way.
Are they expensive Ray-Bans?
No, they're like, I got them at like a thrift store somewhere.
Uh-huh.
So they could be. You would never know.
Oh yeah, no, I spent $2,000 on them because I'm that wealthy.
I
Well,
thought
look
you,
at
like,
Rayban.com.
I-
140 is the cheapest pair of sunglasses I can see. So you're just spending your Bugatti money on that.
yeah, that's me. Sure, it wasn't.
My battle pass for this.
Yeah, you get a battle pass.
Unbelievable.
You get a pair of Ray-Bans.
You didn't even send a picture.
They're really $140. Jesus Christ! So much money for a pair of sunglasses. Anyway,
Sitting around looking like you're rich already.
the way she says "rich" cracks me up. Stop, please. It's
What do you mean? So rude.
rich.
Rich?
It's like she's telling me to shut up while she's saying it. It's great.
It's
All right.
just that sound you can't make. It's great.
Stop it.
And-
Stop laughing. All right, is everyone here?
yeah,
All right.
books and stuff.
So, as you are raised up into the central platform, right here, you can see that there are hundreds. The perspective is a bit off. They're not actually the size of you, but it's a lot of books, tomes, scrolls, things like that. And as the flooring kind of hold, can you guys? Is it not spinning? It's supposed to be a little spin. Oh. Ah, that's why. Okay. Now
It's
you
a
guys should
rave.
be seeing it spinning.
Yeah.
Oh,
My God.
Yeah.
Okay, there. Okay. As you're standing up on this platform of magic, across the way, you see this creature approach you.
It's a skeleton.
Oh, that's sick.
Fucking Scaleman,
So
bro.
cool.
Bane nudges Simon so that he can approach and actually speak to the.
Greetings.
As you approach and say greetings, the creature will look at the curious bone that you're holding. It will stand there for a long moment, as if it is deciding something. And so, he will respond. I can tell that you do not speak our language, so I shall use the current common tongue. Do you understand me?
Yes, we do.
Very well.
Bane will
Please explain as to why you hold one of our father's bones.
To honor it.
And we'll step
Also,
forward.
I want to know more.
We found it at a exposed catacomb.
Where?
Along the coast. It was meant to be a seal.
Why did you take it from this place, instead of leaving it where it lies?
Because I want to know more. And then Banti.
The creature will then look at you and you will feel a sort of incredulous aura come off of it. Are you a thief or a fool, then? You've disturbed our dead for what? Curiosity?
Needed to know more.
So the answer is yes.
What happened? What happened to them?
The dead were already disturbed. The catacombs were opened by an organization that seeks to subjugate all of the land. I believe you might already know them, the Mefarians. The grave this was
Yes.
taken from was already opened, and no more desecrated than any others in the area.
Yes, their remains were not being respected.
The air begins to grow very cold. What remains? And what have they done specifically?
I believe that we have reason to believe that the Mytharians, perhaps unknowingly, perhaps knowingly, disturbed whatever seal was once placed at that site through the efforts of your people, I assume, and I believe it was Dwarven architecture there.
More than that. We are unsure as to why the seal was broken, but looking at their braziers of white flame that we were initially going to the coast to investigate and hopefully destroy, they had a brazier that was penetrating past the seal and drawing its power from whatever being was within it. We believe that that tampering is the reason that the seal was broken in the first place, leading to us discovering the catacombs itself. This feather, he'll take it out of his hair, and the bone, along with many other bodies.
The creature will look not happy about that.
In any way, my intention was to help the people that was getting respected by the church. Do hate the church. They're bad people. They did horrible things to me. People with magic.
The creature will consider your words and will say, then they have broken their agreement.
Thane will take the mask off and look very shocked.
What is the extent of their damage?
The seal we saw on the coast, I believe, as Fane said, it no longer holds any power on whatever was down beneath.
There were two areas where it was blown through, where there were physical ramifications. And again, it seems that the church were drawing on whatever was sealed's power. So if that is part of the extent of damage, we found other braziers similarly lit, though it seemed that they were feeding on souls, consuming them, destroying them.
They have stolen the power of the ancients, trusted to my people to defend them. I have been
Whatever you have above this tower, overground, has been vandalized as well. They've been using it to, through however means, use it to empower their own people.
And oppress us.
Bali will speak. Are you not aware? They've built right on top of you. The creature will answer. We are aware that they have built a structure on top of us. We were ensured that it was there for research. Bali will then say, well, it wasn't. They've been stealing all the mana that you've been producing down here, I think. Not to mention all the other atrocities they've been doing. Taking souls and bodies and all sorts of shit. The creature will look shocked.
How long have you been down here for? Have you ever been to the surface? Did you see?
The creature will then speak. Rarely do we ever go to above, and I especially not. My time is devoted in accumulating knowledge brought back by our agents, by the few that still stand in their flesh. These Mytharians broke their word to me. They have nulled our agreement. They have betrayed our trust. Creature will start to visibly shake with anger.
When did you treat with? When was this agreement brokered?
The creature will take a moment and think. A few years hence, it was rather recent.
And did you treat with anyone who named themselves or had recognizable iconography?
A mask, perhaps?
There was one who named himself. He named himself a Knight of Mytheria.
A ridiculous mustache on his armor?
Or a happy one?
I believe he had facial hair on his mask, yes.
Do you remember specifically the expression the mask had?
No.
It is likely the Watchful Night.
Indeed. Well, they are known to break their pacts and promises. They have done so with the dwarves, and they have done so with you.
They play with the blood of your people and ours.
Creature will cross its arms in contemplation. Visible anger still coursing, but logic prevailing. They have broken our promise to us. And yet, that does not explain how you came to be here. The way to us is sealed by those that do not have the means.
Well, it did not seem very sealed. We ended up here more on accident, you could say.
I don't think it was an accident. Maybe it was destined to be like this.
We're unsure. More or less. It was a temple-like structure down in the well of what they built on top of here. if we're even still at where we assume we are. It
Creature will
seemed
nod.
no blockage, nor door. But when we went through, we could not go back.
Yes. The door only opens and closes properly for those that know the words. Creature will take a moment and kind of look at you, and then will say, "Perhaps I could return you to the surface. But what will you do once you get there, I wonder?"
Our initial goal was to stop the braziers of light and end the watchful one. That was the prerogative by which we act. We are unsure as to what this facility is or what the contraptions above mean, outside of a surface level understanding of Lilinic tampering. We would rather learn more than act in haste or anger.
A wise choice. Very well. It would seem that you are no enemy of my people, despite your strange deference to their bones. That being said, you have brought me warning, truth. Such things are to be respected. I shall return you to the surface, that you might continue your mission.
What are you going to do, now that you know?
I must confer with the Azure Lord, the Lord of Rhyme. It is he that makes decisions on acts of war. I will have to go into his dream and find him.
Perhaps we could assist in some way, for we have a common enemy.
You said you must go in this dream.
Yes. The Lord of Rhyme has been trapped within his own mind. His divinations are our greatest weapon and our greatest weakness.
I believe
The blessings of Illum flow through him, but her absence has left him lost.
Caspian sort of steps forward. I believe that when I came here, I prayed to my deity, the one I believe in Woad. He is the Lord of Nightmares, known as from where I come from, one of the deities that preside over the dream. I was told that there was somebody here trapped. A prisoner to their own kind. I do not know if this is the Lord you speak of.
He is the only one I know of to be trapped.
I was given word by Woad himself to free him.
I don't know who this Woad is, but if it helps free the Azure Lord, then perhaps you can help.
Indeed. You said you don't ever go to the surface. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then maybe, whatever your lord decides, we could assist you, so you don't have to leave here.
Very well. I shall take you to him. Right, and with that, Azure Librarian, step out onto the platform as it slowly begins to shift different place.
Can I? He seems to be. Well, the air makes me think he's a cast. Is there any way of me figuring out what kind of casting he does? Primal, Arcane, Astral.
Or you can make an Arcana check.
Presuming it isn't a hostile action to do so.
It is not.
We're just 21.
The 21, he is arcane and divine. He is a mystic theurge.
Hey,
That's super cool. Yeah,
it's cool.
Fane did not find what he was looking for, but still good to know.
Okay. Oh boy. Here I go murdering again.
Oh boy.
More dream combat. Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Such thing.
Time to get visited by a different color this time.
Oh.
Can Caspian get his other eye shattered?
Oh, please.
Is he blind then? Or does he see something different?
Oh.
He'll have to be
New
like
special-
Gojo, but with orange eyes. Wow.
a new
Sugoi.
special vision type?
God damn it.
Anime Desune.
I'm sure Nara would love drawing that.
And I hate
He
that.
seems to have a keen for drawing Gojo.
Like, I
Super
hate
Why
that.
Why must you hurt me
completely.
so?
I hate that
You must-
entirely.
Caspian, you must kill you as your lord to unlock your Mangekyo Sharingan.
I immediately attack Vayne.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I cast Inflict Wounds at the 3rd level. Bye.
I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight.
Caspian, you were my Nakama all along.
Where my Nakama. They
I want to die.
never say that shit, which is so fucking funny to me. One of my favorite things is when Essie speaks Japanese randomly, and I don't know why, but it makes me ape out. Do, 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 do. Hey. It is time.
I'm just trying to make the frog for up. Oh,
No, now I'm just giving Caspian headpats. Or thrusting on his head. What? I'm either tapping his hair or teabagging him.
Doing both repeatedly after each
Oh.
other.
Get away from me, you flake.
You must follow the moist path.
You must follow the bitch maid.
Cannot sleep. We're about to hit the dream tonight.
I need somebody to dream me.
It's okay. For us, this is using Song of War.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Okay. That's good. But what if I shit myself?
If you shit yourself in the dream, do you shit yourself in the normal world too?
You can shit yourself whenever you like.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Okay, here we go. I'm loading the map.
Map. Ancient cave. Oh boy.
Let me know when you're loaded.
Yeah, I'm loaded.
Ah.
Yeet.
Yeah. Why is Fane big?
Am I big? Oh my god. I'm the wrong token, that's why.
Why are you so big for what the fuck?
I've gained size.
You hold frozen like a Pokeball.
Does
Alright.
that clip him under me? Does.
Okay, guys. So, as you enter this area, make me some perception checks and some history checks if you have it trained.
No history, only religion.
Do you mean Simon get to attempt the history checks with jackful traits?
Yeah.
Reaver does not have history. Perception. 4. Okay.
Percocet. Alright, let's see. We got. Alright, Caspian. The first thing that you notice when you come down here, so essentially how you got here is you were lifted all the way down. So past the floor that you started, going into the depths of the tower. You went through a small misted fog, and then you were brought forward from the southern entrance, so over here, and you walked into this larger building. A couple things that you notice is that there are aberrations to the stone, indicating that the area is twisted, cracked, and morphed in many different ways by the different energies in the stone that seem to be coursing through it, which is visible even to the naked eye. You can also see that in the distance there is an elevated position over a gap of pure mana, which you believe to be a direct tie to the ley lines. Also, this looks sick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. And the Azure Librarian will continue to move forward. Does the party follow him?
Yep.
Yes.
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 This shit glows super hot in Detect Magic, I assume, right? Because it's directly to the ley line.
Hey guys, give me a second. I gotta take care of something real quick.
Yep.
Yep.
Just like 2 minutes. You guys can yap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I go to the bathroom.
Caspian, if this is a way into the dream, are we not trespassing?
I was told to free somebody. This is the only trapped person I can see.
Pin will out. I suppose.
I have been given my instruction, and if it is to be that this person needs to be freed from within the dream, then it is not trespassing. Not as far as I'm concerned. Not as far as Ward is concerned.
But isn't it strange? He did not mention anything about that, did he? He's the god of nightmares. He is in the dream.
Hmm?
Is he just not concerned enough to free it himself?
The gods have grand issues to wrestle with.
Hmm.
They maintain what is known as the dream, and they preside over it. If they are incapable of acting themselves, it means that they have something more pressing to look over. I will not question. I will not question the judgment of all.
No. Why would you?
Plus, it makes sense. Fane, the god that resurrected us, you said it was someone who was able to, who had dominion over death, at least. They only brought us back to life. They didn't give us the tools to get out.
Lorne.
Oh, that's one.
The Duke of Decay. Yes.
He enabled our revival, but not much past that. It's his cryptic advisements. lead me to confusion as to why some of these foreigners follow their deities. But he has not let us.
There are often many things in play when gods intervene, and as much as it is a loose concept, the concept of fate is very much there. And there is some that are not so keen with such a thing being tampered with.
It just makes me think again of the circus we passed by. The fates bound to us for our curiosity. I'm unsure if any of those have come to fruition yet. Or if they're simply too far down the path that we may not see them for a while.
I suppose.
Makes you wonder what would have happened if a bound fate is pulled out of a person.
It nods and side eyes the Azure Library. Still.
Whatever the devices were upstairs, you know, they may have an inkling of handling of that.
I find it strange that fate is being manipulated in any sort of capacity normally. But I suppose this place is far from normal, being what it is. Manipulation of fate on calculation is something that doesn't happen. And if it does, such people are punished.
Maybe the gods' lowered influence has led to that incongruency. If you have a deity who domains over fate and punishes those who tamper with it, if that deity holds little sway, then what can they do to punish those that do not step in line?
Considering all the Mytharians have been tampering with it for who knows how long, and nothing happened. What power do they hold, or do they just watch?
I doubt they're completely powerless. Yet there are things that walk a fine line.
You could see it both ways. If it's a being whose entire domain is fate, and fate gets removed, do they lose all their power?
I believe that fate is very much still persistent even on this continent, no matter how twisted the natural energies, the ley lines, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever this might be, could be a good aid for us. Maybe they can empower us as the Mytharians empower
I'm back.
themselves.
Come back.
All right. So, as you continue forward, the Azure Librarian will lead you along the steps and slopes. You could see ancient iconography, things that appear to be
Seems we got them stuck.
You ran into a wall.
Oh,
no.
walls, I see.
Hold on. Let me solve this problem real quick.
Caspian, no.
I'm not gonna stay in the pile, I'm sorry.
There we go. Now everybody can. Perfect. This is perfect.
Peak for it.
Oh no, he moved.
It's
You have a
fine.
problem with it. This is my frog head.
I'll use Froghead to overwhelm my opponents.
That's my ley line form.
All right. And you are led to here where, okay, so when you get to this point, you can feel waves of mana kind of pulsing outward, striking against you like waves from an ocean. You can also see that there is an unconscious individual right on the edge, in a position of rest as if they are sleeping. You see this guy.
Boss man.
Bro, he looks super.
The Azure Librarian will then begin to explain the situation. The Azure Lord is stuck in his own mind, attempting to diverse the dream to the ley line down below. Divinations, wisdom, a whole manner, a plethora of boons could be enacted from such a thing. It was our duty, as servants of Illum, to safeguard this wisdom, the transition of this memory. It would seem that something has occurred. Something has trapped him, and I cannot free him. But if what you say is true, that your god of dreams has sent you here, then perhaps you can free him. I hope so.
Certainly this place is more connected to the dream than the surface is. And I believe so. I can remember a question. Even more so here, it feels more closer to the dream than elsewhere.
The veil is certainly thin here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And the veil here to the dream is thin, making it easier to slip through. I suppose that is why it is established at this location. I believe your lord has run into some sort of issue within the dream.
Perhaps he has. I do not know for certain. He moves in his sleep. Sometimes I hear him say things in a language I do not recognize.
It's concerning. I mean, I suppose the only way to really, at this point, to do anything is to examine him.
I can look at him medically and arcanely, if that is permitted.
The Azure Librarian will gesture for you to attempt to do so.
Casper
Thane
will
will-
also move up.
Thane will approach cautiously. Run an Arcana check first. With Detect Magic up. 14. Not much.
That does not reveal anything more than you already know.
Take a look.
Casper will also take a look at him. Is he in a similar state to what the party was when they were trapped in the dream?
Melon accident.
With the melon accident, yeah.
Say again? Sorry.
Is he in a similar state to what the party was when they were trapped in the dream with the melon accident?
Yes.
It is the exact same as when you all made your little misstep and were trapped in the dream.
Simon,
Simply,
go ahead. Sorry.
quite simply, he is stuck, unable to exit of his own will. I believe he must be either conscious within the dream, or he must be in a suspended state like all of you were.
Well, last time you joined us. So it seems this time you have to go alone.
That Arcana check, Simon, you're able to determine much of which people have already stated to be known. There's one additional thing that you've been able to kind of figure out is that there is another very thin veil of magic around the Azure Lord. One that does not seem to be of the energy he or his companion, the Azure Librarian, have produced, nor even that of the dream, but almost as if there is another presence here.
It looks like something else is interfering. Not either his magic or him. Something else doing this.
And then there's another act keeping him in the dream. Fane will kneel down and begin to examine him and run a medicine check. I will inspire that. Roll it again.
Okay.
There we go. I'm not keeping a 9.
The Lord of Rhyme, the Azure Lord, appears physically fine. There doesn't seem to be any wounds or anything like that. But there is... him being asleep is definitely something that is a problem if he hasn't woken. There are a number of medical reasons why such a case would be, but without any more evidence, you don't really know.
No. Does it look like he's eaten recently? Or eaten... Sorry. Does he look emaciated?
No.
Does it feel like any aura I've felt before? Like a curse?
Now that's a good question. Let me think about that. Hold on, I have to review the campaign in my...
Ah, yes. Many years of walking, running, hiding.
Largest cursed exposure was within the, near the Broken
Tree.
Brothers.
After the petrification,
Yeah.
where I almost opened the door to something not so nice. Because your frog told me to.
Don't blame the frog.
Or the demon's power. What that felt like. Or the black hand. If that ever shows up again.
You have felt this aura before.
Can I recall where?
Yes. You felt it when Balrock dipped his weapon in the energy.
So, like a Leylinic presence. So that was an open ley. Like, but it
Was it something that was present the entire time, or the exact point when he dipped it in? Or when it was, like, overflowing and escalating?
A flash. Only a brief moment. You felt it before.
Well, there's corruption here. But you probably already know this. Whatever it is, feels similar to what happens when our previous companion dipped his weapon into the rift.
Then
It's some
it's... Oh, go ahead, Sam.
somehow petrified. I know what it feels.
Well, if it's anything like that, then to break it, you need to find the source of it.
The source would be the dream, now, or at least within it.
I suppose the real question is there a third party intervening through the ley line? If it is similar in both cases, as Masakin stated, their
It was only there
presence
for a
couldn't have
brief
originated.
moment.
But remember, their presence couldn't have originated from anywhere else but within the ley line. For a source of interference to be from there.
Can I
Hmm.
sense if it's coming from somewhere here, or if it's just emanating from the body?
You're not really sure. You just know that you felt it.
Uh,
Or that you're feeling it, rather.
Fane will recite, "The world is fragile, the ley lines frayed from the rotting wound in the northwestern Isle of Man," are the words inscribed on the letter that we found. If what happened with Balrog was part of an open pore of a ley line, and that this Azure Lord communes on the border of a ley line, if that pool that was being drank from is sickening, it could be just that. Whatever corruption, desiccation, decaying is occurring. Though there's a chance, obviously, there's a malicious actor here.
So,
Can we try
should
to
we just
dispel?
move them?
I sooner would go to the dream before trying to fire any magic this close to a ley line opening. It hurts to even be here. My eyes are pained.
Well,
I
I don't
believe
know
this
how
is
to
the
get into the
individual.
dream.
Believe this is the individual I've been told to fly. And if that is so, I will try my best to do so.
Alright then.
Well, I know a way to wake him up
Do not.
in the
Trying
dream.
to wake somebody up who is already stuck in the dream could lead to undesired consequence.
If I look down into the ley line, or whatever exactly it was below, do I see anything unusual? Something that would resemble somebody else intervening? Something that shouldn't be there, that looks out of place?
Make me a perception check. You don't see anything.
Hmm. Oh, you try your meditating then? Or however you get into the dream.
It is at this
I don't
point
know.
that something occurs.
Oh no.
Fane, a voice
sir.
appears in your head.
That's scary.
And it says the following. Druid, it's Marlowe. Hope you got Acorn. Useful for rotting Alice corpse in Mana Island, supposedly. We have Moaz Kadan. Neutral meeting ground. Take Faygate.
Fane blinks and sort of looks around for a second. Fane's not familiar with the sending spell. Is there any way I can infer that I can send a message back?
You have that knowledge whenever you receive it from the spell.
No. Thane will reply.
5 words.
Yeah, I was thinking on this. Okay. He will say, I have received the acorn, currently in unknown location. Azure on Vanti Tower. Goal is still the island. Be wary of the Fae. Still twisting pines. That's a question.
Okay. Type
I
that
can
out for
put
me,
that in your
please.
DMs. Yeah.
All right. What do the rest of you do?
Shit.
I'm just gonna wait for Caspian to do anything and look into the ley line.
Yeah, Caspian.
I mean, he's looked over the man. He's clearly stuck in the dream. He, like in a circumstance, he kind of looks around. I'm uncertain of the exact nature of the situation on the other side, and I do not know for certain what might be found there. But one thing I know for sure is that to enter, I must be unconscious on this side. So there's that.
So we just all sleep here. And
I
hope they
didn't
can
know
find
if
us.
I didn't know if you will be able to enter, but we can certainly try if everybody wants to attempt. No harm.
I don't see another rat.
Oh.
No.
Will Woad allow us all to be there?
My mission is to flee this person. I would. Well, I suppose I could play on it, but I would hope I can use whatever means necessary. But I will speak a play on this and see if I hear back. If I do not, simply we attempt what we discussed.
Okay then. And I'll look over to Simon. Take the 50 feet of rope that he would have used to tie himself to me whenever we descended the cave. And I'll make a loop around the table to secure, make a loop so that no one feels the need to fall in if they go unconscious and decide to go into the dream.
With that, yeah.
No, you're good. We're good.
With that, Caspian will sort of take a knee before the Lord of Rhyme. He will recite a quick prayer. Father Fear, Lord of Nightmares, I have reached within the tower, and I stand before the one I presume to be trapped. I have detected that he is trapped within flame. There is some outside interference I'm unsure of, but if I may do so, and my companions may do so, I seek to enter in order to free him from whatever might be binding him.
Your response is go.
He turns. I have heard a response. Permission has been granted. We can go.
We or you?
I sought permission for me and my companions, and the response was to go.
Well,
That would mean all of us.
how do we get In there?
when we sleep.
Do we just
Simply sleep. Here, it is much easier than elsewhere.
All right, Valley will speak up. I don't know about how all this dreaming works, but gotta do it, get it done. I'll stay awake to make sure that nobody tries anything sleeping.
good?
Thank you, brother. All right.
Oh.
I don't want to unattune to this mask before we go in, but nah.
Too bad.
I go horizontal and place Frosis where he may watch me, as is tradition.
Okay. Weaver puts his thumb in his mouth and falls down.
Thank God.
I loop an arm through the rope tied around the table and start to.
Ew.
Oh God.
Ew.
That was like
Thank
a wet
you.
one.
Old lady snoring?
Away
Old
from that.
lady snoring. Old
There we
lady
go.
snoring.
Who you calling old?
This should be the place of choice. Most excellent. Actually, before he does anything, he can sort of turn to the library and I have received word from my lord that my companions and we are free to attempt to free the Lord of Crime from within the dream. And we will proceed to do so.
You think that you'll be able to do this? What are the risks?
The dream is not a place without risk, but if there is outside interference, there might be a third party within the dream. In such a case, we might come to blows, but I have taken part in combat within the dream previously already.
This
I'm
reminds
quite
me
confident.
of something. Aren't your people familiar with the dream? You said you traverse it regularly.
Who are you saying that to?
To the librarian?
He will respond, no. We dream and we receive wisdom and words.
I see.
They receive the wisdom within their dreams. They do not stay awake.
Yeah,
Such is not.
They don't know that the dream is a place that you can go to.
Ah, that makes sense.
Such is not the way for most creatures. One is supposed to be unconscious within dream. So
May I ask what the last thing that you received was?
It is not so much the last thing that we received, but the last attempt we had made was to divine where a loon has gone.
And you got no response.
No.
more so the Lord got stuck divining the response. I see. Well,
Oh,
the issue won't resolve itself, and waiting any further is pointless. My lord has given the order to go.
no. One thing, though. We will be very unresponsive while we're trying to help. If any Mytharians should show up again. Especially that night you saw previous. Be aware that they will not come with friendly intent anymore.
I do not intend friendly intent.
Very well. And she will also lay down.
Sure.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Oh boy, death.
We got fucking blue Ghost Rider coming for us.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, at least we're not high this time.
Gabba gabba, bigga bagoo bagaboo. Gabba gabba
Okay,
gabba.
maybe I spoke too soon.
Not like it.
In my car.
Can't wait to meet that guy from last time again, who just randomly showed up at the end of our encounter.
No.
I'm sure Caspian has many questions to ask this time.
No, if he shows up, we call session till Radio's here because he also has a Shattered Eye, and if he dies, the continent gets wiped. And
Mayo.
I was not handed that responsibility, so he can deal with it.
You know when you hear the music.
Still waiting. I see the name of it. Can you try and preload the... Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, it's here. Oh,
Right, let me know when the map is loaded.
I'm in.
loaded.
That map name terrifies me. Does Frostus come with me? He didn't last time.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone loaded?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. You all awaken within the dream. This dream is different than the one that you were in before, Caspian. One that you were in before was a kind of like the wilderness. Random dreams from lesser beings or individuals with diminished imaginations. Kind of residually being called upon. Kind of grouping together. Much like trees in a forest. This is something else entirely. The dream is static. A stasis. Whereas the rest that you've been before was like soft smoke, willed by yourself into whatever it is that you wished. This is a will manifested. The floor is solid and strong. But as you look down upon it, you could see that it is sickly. It is not a nightmare nor a dream of whimsy, but instead a misshapen, eternal duty. As you follow the lines of this sickness, it comes from the northeast of your current position.
This place. Beware, this is not like where we were last. This is there. This place is will made manifest, yet it is sick. It is nothing like where we were previously at. Sickly, dying.
What will could be so potent? Create all of this?
If it's sickly and dying, I don't want to stand here too long and find out.
I take a look around. Does the presence here within this part of the terrain feel like the presence of the azure light of Ilum?
Yes.
Does it feel-
I can only venture, I guess, but this place feels like the light of Ilum, the light of the serpent. Yet it is sick.
Do I feel the same presence as that glimpse?
Yes.
Is it more permanent here?
Absolutely. In fact, your hairs stand up on the edge of your body, Mazikeen. You sense a predator. A powerful one.
Do I feel watched?
No. But you know it's here. Somewhere.
Well, whatever we're looking for is here. Feel the presence. Whatever it is, it's potent. And I would very much appreciate if we spot it before it spots us. If that is even a possibility.
Well, we press forward.
It is the northeast that we must head.
Should we do so stealthily?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay.
I didn't know. Might be a silly question, but what is there to hide behind? What is it that they cover from?
So worth muffling footfalls, I suppose.
Elsie vanishes into the floor.
There's me just scratch my nose when you see me blink back into reality.
The party approaches. Stealthful steps guide them across the strange floor. Like frozen glass, it echoes each step until finally come to the edge. Where there you see the Azure Lord in his sleeping state. Around him, you can see that there are coiling blue serpents, as if trying to protect him from the creature that you see floating in the center. The center of the whole, made in the dream of a loon. Creature, who as you look upon them, you see a being of horror, of madness, wrongness, a being whose very existence is an anthem, and one that should be carefully avoided.
it.
And finally, you see it. As it begins to appear through the shadows of the dream, twisting, writhing, it too almost appears to be sleeping, as if it is dreaming as well. As you gaze upon it for long, you feel an overwhelming sense of fear. Whatever this is, whatever creature or master it must hold, is only terror and death. And you see this. Warning to all viewers, if you have weak stomachs or don't like body horror, consider this your warning. I'll leave it up for a little bit longer for the warning, and here you go.
Nine.
Okay. So, make me Arcana checks or Religion checks, Caspian.
Religion, I guess.
Only Caspian?
Caspian for now. Alright, Caspian, this is what you know. As a servant of the Lord, of the Lords of Dreams, gazing upon what is happening, it is clear. The ancient dream is trying to protect the Azure Lord. But the Azure Lord is acting as the mortal conduit in which this Illume can continue to manifest. The dream is more like the world beyond in which it lives, a way to anchor itself against the miasma of the dream. This creature, whatever it is feasting upon this dream, weakening it, and attempting to find a way to manifest directly into the waking realm. However, as you look at the energy trying to protect the Azure Lord, you can see what appears to be a totem wrapped in the Lord's hands. This totem is no doubt a power source and perhaps even the key of the tower from whence you came. The tower in the waking realm. This key would be this totem would be the key that you would need to return to the surface from the tower to continue your mission. It is possible for you to take it and use it to return. However, if you take it, this creature will devour the Azure Lord, and no doubt the Ancient's dream with it. So you have a choice, Caspian. You can take the totem and abandon the Azure Lord to his fate and continue your mission, or you can face this servant of wrongness and evil and save the Azure Lord. The choice is yours. Your eye begins to flicker with orange light. Understand that to face this creature is an ambitious goal. And this is your warning. The ever-birthing one is a fight that will put you to your very limit. Your chance of success, minimal, but not impossible. I leave the choice up to you and your companions.
I say we fuck it up.
Ah, we're gonna fight it then.
We didn't talk no jutsu or way here to run away from whatever hungry fetus this thing is.
I don't wanna fuck up the continent more than it's already fucked up. The dream being devoured is gonna lead to something bad. And this thing being on the continent is also like big no-no.
Simon, Elsie, Mazakin.
I don't know.
not really ready to die for someone else's god again. But since it's the only way out.
I say we fight it.
I will speak this. No matter what your decision is, I will not hold it against you. But whatever it may be, I will remain and fight. I have been given a duty, and I will honor it.
Fine, will not. Honor it, we shall.
The party is voting to face this creature, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately.
So be it. We have some traits to go over.
One moment. Jersey, can you make a document? I'll have access to a lot
Yeah.
of them.
Give me the stuff. Don't. One second.
Don't want misinformation to be a big issue.
There we go.
You don't have to worry about that bitch. That's information.
Oh my god.
I will put it in our group thing.
Yeah.
Notes.
No.
And yes, I am aware that there is my full fucking name, but it's fine.
So
Okay. You guys ready? The
Yep.
traits? All right. The ever-birthing one has the following traits. Villain. Gore. Destroyer. Humiliation. And deadly. So, villain means that this creature has access to traits that normal enemies do not have, which some of them are on this list. It also means that this creature is capable of having more than one initiative, which this creature is capable of doing that, but it starts with only one. Next we have is Gore. So Gore is a sort of like a critical threshold ability. It's not necessarily that it deals critical hits, it's that there are critical effects that are RNG based. So essentially it has critical hits on its abilities. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So it has abilities that if they hit in whatever regard, you roll for something to happen.
Yeah, so basically they have effects that can explode like a crit does for more damage for greater effects, is essentially what it means. It has Destroyer, which means it destroys items or has abilities that do that, so keep that in mind. It has Humiliation. So Humiliation is a villain tactic that is like Ruthless, except this creature can deal permanent damage to your character. That means it can remove limbs, it can remove abilities that you have access to, it can do a lot of stuff that is permanent, so even if you succeed, you will still have those permanent effects. And then next is Deadly, which means that this creature does more damage than the medium for its type.
Oh, sorry.
I have some player traits to go over.
Oh. Player trait.
Mm-hmm.
Is it villain? Oh my god.
Yeah. Shit, they found out.
So, the player traits that are active are for Caspian. Caspian, as you have been given permission to be here by Woad and you are in the domain of your god, you are given the Chosen trait. The Chosen trait means that you may initiate a clash of your particular type, in this case a dream clash, at any moment, even if it's not your turn. This clash automatically succeeds, but degrees of success are still rolled.
I see.
The timing on when you use that will be very critical, so very close attention to that. I've got one more thing to go over, and that is this has a prismatic trait.
Oh, fuck.
The battle does. And that is the trait of Orange, which is the cost of ambition. You may, and you must decide now, before we go any further, make this challenge more difficult. If you do, I will add prismatic rewards to the charts for all of your reward tables.
Did we get to know beforehand in what regard difficulty rises?
No.
I vote yes. I'm here to play the game at its maximum possible capacity.
No.
Yeah, fuck
I
it.
think we are competent enough to take a challenge like this.
Well, we're already taking the L. We might as well take the capital one.
I'll vote for it. I'll vote for it. Yes.
That's probably the best line I think I've ever heard you say, Cyber. If we're going to take the L, we might as well take the capital one. That's so...
Indeed.
What a brave pessimism.
Indeed. I also vote for yes. And
All right. That sounds like everyone.
I don't think Siege spoke.
Oh, Siege?
Or did I miss it?
No, I didn't speak. I would have voted no, but it sounds like it's outvoted anyway, so wouldn't matter.
quick, somebody message radio.
He'll be here next session. He wasn't here today. I mean, I asked him if he'd be here because I don't want to pilot somebody's character in a major encounter, like schmuck encounter, sure, but like this shit.
Okay. Well, here we go. Since you have chosen that. Your ambitious challenge is this. The orange dictates that you may not re-roll any dice in any way.
No inspiration.
No inspiration, no abilities that you have that re-roll dice. That means no advantage or disadvantage. Everything is rolled and kept.
Only for us, right?
That's for everybody. That includes me too.
The whole combat.
Oh, the whole combat.
Hmm.
neutral
Yeah.
combat?
Prismatic traits affect the whole combat. They affect both sides.
Oh boy.
I mean, no disadvantage is pretty good.
That might actually be in our favor.
I don't think we have anybody with reroll based.
No,
effect.
no halflings, and I'm not the correct subtype for this.
We have inspiration, which I don't believe. Bardic inspiration, which doesn't count.
Nobody here is
Yeah.
neutral karma, right?
Nope.
Negative.
Neutral karma?
Mm,
It's
a
a
warlock.
it's a warlock thing. It has it's the ability changes when this challenge is active.
what would it change
okay.
to? I'm
Apologies.
curious.
The ability changes to a pure luck roll whenever they would give advantage or take advantage from somebody. It's so that class doesn't get completely locked out.
Yeah.
And nobody here is a Mad Hatter, so I don't have to do that one either. So
Yeah, I don't think we have any reroll based effects. I'm looking over Weaver's sheet.
Does Bardic Inspiration still work? Because it adds on, right? It doesn't reroll?
Correct. It adds on. It does not reroll.
Either, right?
But that does mean Silvery Barbs doesn't have any use here. And
Yeah.
conversely, my kit gets a lot less effective because I don't have advantage, so I can't get sneak attack as easy.
Yeah, you need to rely on adjacency, right?
Yeah.
But you can't have disadvantage, so they can't be turned off that way.
Mm-hmm. Also means I could go from long.
I suppose I
Sure.
need to ask this because it is different from last time. Do I benefit from any dream-based effects here?
Your dream-based
Uh,
effect is the chosen. That's what your
okay.
dream-based effect is. Yeah. That's why you have a player trait.
Does exposure function normally here for the sake of mechanics?
For the sake of
Or is
all
that-
other game mechanics, yes. Nothing else has changed about the fight, about normal Corvana's fights.
Alright.
Alright.
Roger.
Well, let's hope he has a cool ability I can copy. And
Can't
Yeah.
I'd be
Surely
scared
nothing-
of Oh.
surely nothing horrific would happen if I do what he does.
I'd be terrified of humiliation. Don't-
Time to gore somebody.
Don't turn into a body horror dog. That'd be awful.
Oh yes. Finally a reason to
Isn't
get
that-
new art.
Or Purdy is too
The husky
aesthetic
from
for
The
you
Thing.
to turn. Or Purdy's too aesthetic for you to become a fucking whatever the fuck that thing is.
And somebody needs to balance Simon out. Right?
Damn.
Man. Ugh. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop it there because
Yep.
we need everybody there.
We need Weaver.
Let me copy
Boy.
paste your response. Send
Yep.
it.
I've DM'd it to Luke. But if you want to put it there so you have a record of it as well.
Where the fuck?
And he's a foreigner, so I obviously didn't gain any exposure from that sending.
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure, because starting this fight at 9 would be awful.
Yeah, you didn't just get shot from across the planet. Yeah.
Yep. I'm
All right.
already starting at 6 because of a bad
All right.
gamble.
And that is where I will call it right there. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support. Do we have any fan art? Let's see. If
We do.
I do.
Oh.
Shout out KC Reality. I missed you.
Oh, dude, KC, bro.
Yeah, KC dropped 3 bangers,
Oh yeah.
including little animation.
Okay, first up is we have is Caspian's Nara art, which looks awesome. Look at this guy. Look at that.
No.
Oh, the eye.
Yeah, zoom in on the eye. The eye is super cool.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Next we have is Frosis fixing his hair into a frog shape.
I have no idea where this came from, but it haunts me.
Last.
Oh god.
She's wagging her tail, dude.
Always.
The bat is so fat.
I can't play that.
Oh.
I can't play that. I'm sorry. Oh my god, that probably just got me banned. No! I didn't know it had sound! No!
Oh no.
I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die, dude! That's very funny. Maybe it's because it's... I think it's fine. I think I'll be fine. But,
It was like 2 seconds. You probably caught it after like 1.5. I'm sure it'll be fine.
yeah.
I think it's only pretty bad at 5 seconds longer.
Oh,
right?
dude, Mazakine's new fan art concept.
Oh my.
That's good.
I hate those. They always charge from the worst places.
Okay. Good game, everybody. Good times. I'll see you guys in an
game.
hour for Gates and Guardians. Bye-bye, everybody.
Eh.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.